All right. Well, despite the 30-day tariff delay, more and more Canadians, as we're talking about at the top of the show, want to buy Canadian. They want to support our country instead of the U.S. Here to show us more on how we can keep our dollars north of the border is personal finance expert Kelley Keehn. Hey, Kelley.
Hey, Carolyn. Great to be with you. Nice to see you, Ben.
Nice to see you.
All right. So we're going to talk labels. We're going to dive right into the labels. And first and foremost, I mean, let's throw up our first board. I mean, look for this. People are now taking the time to look for labels. And
really
this, if you want to buy Canadian, you kind of want to avoid this one.
Yeah,
exactly. Anything that says USA, anything that says US, DA certified, the American flag. This is tricky, guys. So I love the Canadian pride. I love the shop local that we saw all through the pandemic. But now we actually have to dig into the products at the stores, online. Where were they shipped from? What was inside them? It is very complex. And also we need to keep in mind that just because it's an American company doesn't mean they aren't employing Canadian employees.
Right,
so we've got to temper all of this, but I still love the Canadian pride. It's amazing.
Okay, but if we do want to buy Canadian, that's not as easy as just spotting a maple leaf.
It is not. So you want to go to if you really want to dig in, go to the Canada Food Inspection Agency, and we want to look for two main symbols when we're looking for our products. So you've got them on the board here. So number one is a product of Canada. What you're going to get with that is the food, the labor, the processing. That is all done in Canada. Now, made in Canada can be processed in Canada. This is where it's a little bit less Canadian, perhaps. And then it gets a bit more complex of when the last, processing of the food happened. So maybe it's pizza dough or it's a sauce. It was created in Canada, but the products didn't come over. Or maybe something assembled, was assembled in Canada. So I guess it's how much time do you want to spend at the store? And how much, so we're all going to do our best, but also within reason, right?
Mom, we want to eat tonight.
Right,
Can you just bring some food home? Okay, let's throw up some more labels because we'll also see Canadian. We'll also see 100% Canadian. We'll also just see a maple leaf.
Yes. So the 100% Canadian, you can have confidence in that. The maple leaf gets a little bit more complex. It's more loosey-goosey according to the Competition Bureau. Now, my brother actually has a renovation store in Edmonton and for decades has been importing products and has seen the maple leaf sticker that he has pulled off and said made in China.
Really?
Really?
Oh, yeah. So this is not a new thing. So be cautious, right? I know. So he's been telling me this for years about his frustration of other countries trying to take our maple leaf, right?
Okay.
But when it comes to dairy and meat products, then that's a whole other kettle of fish.
It really is. And I think there's more, we definitely want to look for some logos that I know we'll throw up in a second. But there's most of the cheese and dairy and things of that sort, we see, we know the blue cow, right? Yeah. That's a lot of what we're seeing in Canada. We want to look for the Canadian beef, for the Canadian farmers, all of these types, certified Canadian organic. That's going to show you that as well. So these are trusted logos that you want to keep an eye out for.
Okay. We're going to show some other packaging labels now where you can kind of spot some differences. And we're going to go to American labeling and branding first.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So things to watch for, other than like when it's obviously made in the USA, there are some other notable American labeling.
Exactly. So you're going to see mostly English on the packaging, probably, unless maybe now they're going to start faking the bilingual. You're going to see the USDA, the FDA labels. Also, you're going to see that their calories are usually more bolded. That's more prominent. And
But sometimes what I've seen is those American products, we will put a sticker over. Yeah.
Exactly. So now we're looking for stickers to peel off. It gets very complex.
Okay. And then other Canadiana type labeling looks like this.
Looks like this, exactly. So you will see the bilingual. You'll see the English and the French. You'll see the daily values along with that percentage. A lot of us are spending time in stores looking at what we're putting in our body. And then, of course, the certified, the Canada Organic or the Canadian Food Inspection Agency logo. Any information you want, that's a great website to go and check out.
I hope the retailers help us out a little bit as well. Maybe put arrows towards the Canadian.
I believe they are. I read an article recently. There was a woman in Winnipeg who she has a small shop, and she actually is going around putting signs up, just helping the buyer go to the Canadian-made products.
The retailer would know, right? The retailer would know where they're buying their products from, so they can direct us to those things.
Yep, for sure. As is Kelley. Thank you so much for the explainer.
Thanks, Ben.